pick a card reading for you. So this is an interesting topic. So it's one I haven't done before. Actually, my husband has a pick a card channel. Although he's no longer active on it. He hasn't been active, I think, for about a year now, I want to say. But no. He did one a few months ago, but generally he was mostly active last year, and then he sort of just was like, eh. He's pretty good at reading, but he's, I don't know. Anyways, he did this topic, actually. What spirit is around you? So, I had actually suggested it to him, and I love when people do these type of readings. And I just want to say, first of all, if you do get triggered easily by this type of topic, I will let you know that none of the piles here are negative. I had to clarify one, but it wasn't negative. So, it's all good energy coming in. So, I'm happy to report that in case you're kind of one of those people that kind of can get triggered easily by, you know, that type of thought. Some people are more fearful of that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Exactly, except for, you know, I would always encourage you to know that your guides, angels, you know, and ancestors are much more powerful than anything that can touch you. So, you know, if you do ever feel scared about that, I would just encourage you to call on those, you know, those beings that are around you. But, for your protection. But anyways, let me see, what else did I want to say? Yeah, some people, I think it's interesting, and I know I'm blabbering here, but it is interesting to look at, like, in astrology and stuff. Certain people are more prone to see spirits or to have interactions with them. I will say, like, just a little thing here, because I was just reading a girl's chart. I did a Mars report on her, like a Mars retrograde report for her, and she has the 12th house rule in the 4th, and that is something that can show up as like ghosts in the home, often attracting spirits at home, seeing like spirits in childhood perhaps, also connecting easily with ancestors coming into the dreams. Anything where the 12th house ruler is, you will find where that ruler is in your chart, where it's located at. So if, say for instance, she has Aries on her 12th house cusp, so that means her ruler of the 12th house is Mars. And then so you want to go look at where Mars is at in the chart. And that's how you look at the ruler. But this isn't an astrology video, but just like some people are much more prone to see things. And sometimes that has something to do with astrology. Sometimes it also has to do, you know, with how we allow things. I know that for me, I saw things a lot more easier when I was a child, until I had a few weird experiences. So, yeah. So if you do feel triggered or scared by spirits, I do want you to know that this no negative energies came up in this reading. I had to clarify one of the piles, but it wasn't negative by any means, because I asked the intentions, and they were pretty positive. So with that being said, guys, 4 piles, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm eager to hear what you guys think about it. Leave me a comment below if you want to, and of course subscribe if you'd like, if you're new to the channel. If you're not, welcome back, and I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, I wish you all the very, very best, you know, a day or night wherever you're at, and I will see you in your reading. Hey guys, so pile number 1. For those of you that chose pre-night, this is your reading. So welcome to your reading, and I really do hope I can offer you some guidance. Now, you may or may not feel these spirits around you, or this spirit in particular. Let's just find out what's going on here. So we start off with the fox. This does tell me that this is a spirit that may not always make itself known. It's kind of cunning. The fox in the upright position in this deck does represent like the more positive energies, obviously. So this isn't a spirit that has, you know, malice on their mind or maliciousness or anything like that. This is a spirit that might be kind of on the sneakier side. So many of you may not even realize that the spirit's around you unless you're super sensitive, and you pay like very close attention. Sometimes when spirits connect with us, so there are many times where things can go unnoticed or can be rationalized. You know what I mean? Especially depending on what kind of personality you have. But this is definitely a spirit that sort of stands and watch. I would say that they watch more than anything, more than interact. They interact when necessary, for sure, which is nice, right? You don't want one bothering you all the time. We also have Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion. And we have Dolphin Spirit, This and That Are True. It's interesting that we have 2 cards here representing truth, right? This and that are true. Truth transcends illusion. I would definitely say that this is a very honest spirit, a very honest-hearted spirit, or, you know, with honest intentions, clear intentions. It could be one that also, you know, desires to give you guidance in terms of illusions. It might be also one who's kind of illusionary too at times. Let me pull this away actually, because I'm going to pull the tarot. So we have, I took 3 cards for who, or, you know, describing the spirit, and then cards for describing why and what's the deal. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Death card, the Seven of Wands. So I do want to say that this spirit may not interact with you as much. There could be a little bit of fear of scaring you, okay? Maybe some of you could be quite jumpy about such a thing. If they were to make their physical presence known, you might jump, you might be scared or frightened. And this is not a spirit that has any malicious, you know, like I said, intentions. So I feel like they don't want to scare you. I think a good portion of you, this is a spirit that you have known in the physical life, okay? With the Ace of Pentacles and the Death card, I have to say that for many of you, this could be a past, like, friend, loved one, or somebody, you know, in your life. I find it interesting that we have 2 aces. So what are their, you know, what's their deal, sort of? What's the intention? Like, I guess a little bit more. Well, first of all, I do feel like this spirit really only interacts with you when it's absolutely necessary. With the Hermit card, just like the Fox, this is an energy that stays back most of the time. It's also an energy that has a lot of wisdom. There can be times when there's, you know, I see the Ace of Swords and I think urgency. The Wheel of Fortune as well. You know, when something happens, the timing, so for instance, so sometimes the Wheel of Fortune can represent good times or bad times. I feel like this spirit really only comes towards you or really interacts with you and when they're trying to push you on a certain path or direct you. So this one is one that could maybe send you signs, for instance. They try to, yeah, this is one that sends you signs. So this could be a guide for sure. Because there's a connection to you. I feel like there's an interest in you. One thing that I think that's interesting as well is it says truth transcends illusion. This might be a, you know, a guide that's very interested in you being grounded and you being out of illusionary type of, to see the truth of your mission or your goals. With the Ace of Swords, well, air communication via air, right? So talking, it could be hearing certain songs, right? It could be you know, reading certain things, like certain things popping up for you, anything that's kind of mercurial in a way. But then we also have Ace of Pentacles, so solid life. This could represent, you know, you seeing animals popping up or certain, I feel like this guide offers you signs. They're subtle, okay, because they're aces. They're very subtle. But it's like they offer you signs in order to try to put you on your right path. This and that are true. I mean, with the dolphin spirit, of course, I would say that they're very friendly by nature, caring, loving, and this and that are true. Some of them might be trying to get you to make certain choices. I'll be honest. They might be trying to direct you towards certain choices in your life. Maybe some of you are ignoring these signs. Or you see signs but you don't know what in the heck they mean. That might be part of it. It might be that you're like seeing like numbers or like this or that, you know, and then you're like I don't know what it means. You know what I mean? Like, why am I seeing these numbers? Why am I seeing this? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take my new deck here and just get a general, like, energy. It's from the new Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reid. Super excited about this deck. I just got it yesterday in the mail. I pre-ordered it. But I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of it, like maybe what they would want to communicate to you for the majority of you. Ooh, exposed and revealed. Ooh, that's interesting. So, of course, I'm going to read out of the guidebook because this is a new deck. So, healing shame, the imposter syndrome, letting go of self-condemnation. Condemnation, yeah. This sounded weird coming out of my mouth. Freedom from past unresolved wounds, focusing on self-worth, the underlying beauty in rejection. When you experience shame, you don't just feel you've done something wrong. You feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that life loves you and the universe doesn't make junk, only magic. However, many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain by shaming. Here is the way out of this. See shame as a heart-wrenching cry for help that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in the outer world by unresolved issues that matched all your inner pain points. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you've triggered them. How miserable they must be to expend their energy on such toxicity. They are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. You cannot love someone out of their shame. You can only show compassion for both them and yourself. Set a healthy boundary and refuse to fan the flames. Look upon shame as an opportunity for growth, evolution, healing, and freedom. With this in mind, can you let go of your attachment to control? Admit that this emotion isn't something you have power over, and surrender to a higher power. There is a sacred quality to the vulnerability inherent in admitting you can't do this alone. When you allow yourself to be laid open in this way, you gain a beautiful new perspective. Then the healed shame has infinite power of the divine to set you free. Wow. I do wonder if there's a message here for some of you. And maybe you guys are trying to develop your gifts, maybe your intuitive gifts, and you do have a deal like this. Some of you might be denying these things, or your abilities. You might, in some way, not see it, even though this guide tries to show you. In fact, this guide could be trying to lead you towards a more spiritual path, I want to say. Maybe some of you are rejecting some of your gifts and you're not quite seeing it. Because the imposter syndrome, maybe some of you are dealing with that in some aspect of your life. Maybe for some of you, you guys have a goal and the Spirit's trying to prompt you towards it. And maybe in some way, even for some of you, pulled yourself back from something, or you're not letting something move forward. So for those of you where that message resonates, go for it. This Spirit is trying to get you to go towards, look at that. Truth transcends illusion, right? So don't have illusions about yourself if you have been. Okay, so with that being said, guys, that is the reading for you. That's the Spirit that's around you. I really hope that this reading brought you some kind of insight and guidance, and I really hope you found it interesting. If you're aware of this Spirit, let me know in the comments below, or if you're not even aware of it. If you've just been maybe seeing signs and you're like, what do they mean? Did this give you some insight? I really hope it did. But I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Lots of love. And if you want a personal reading with me, you can do that by going down in the description box below. There's a link to my Etsy store. There's a link to my Amazon wish list. Either way, you guys, a lot of you know all the drill already. It's all written down below. But I'm wishing you all the very best, as I said. Lots of love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Hello. So if you chose pile number 2 with the opalite, this is your reading. First of all, one second. I just forgot to do this in between. Okay, there we go. I got some sage and sea salt spray, or a cleansing spray from my Reiki master. Okay, so, and I usually spray it a lot. I'm like, but I forgot. So let's see what kind of spirit is around you. So we have, first of all, I wanted to say really quick, and dang, I forgot this in the intro. Now I feel like a bad person. But I said thank you on my YouTube already. But I did get 2 decks from Ailís, and I want to say thank you so much, Ailís. I got the Rumi Oracle, and then this Druid Animal Spirit Oracle, and it's very beautiful. It's really beautiful. I love it. So we have Air Dragon. Very interesting. Well, this is very I want to pull out the rest of the cards and see what I'm feeling about that. I'm definitely getting the sense of communication here, of thoughts. Let's see. Oh, we have the Owl Spirits. You can see clearly now. And the Chameleon Spirit. Act as if. Ooh. So this is a very wise guide. A wise spirit. Oops, I said guide. So maybe for a lot of you, this might be a guide, actually, that's around you. Let's see. It's interesting that we have owl and dragon, two air type of intellectual flying beings, right? Let me see. We have the star, judgment, two of cups. Ooh. Let me just see why. The Emperor, Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Well, I can definitely, with the star, that definitely says something spiritual there. Normally, I would say that this is, I feel like I'm just going to say this for some of you, this is a father, okay? If you have had a father who passed or a grandfather, I will say that this could be the spirit that's around you. But for others of you, I do feel a few things here. Judgment. Judgment makes me feel as if this is somebody who's passed. But normally with a star, I would pick up an energy of a higher level. Not that people who pass aren't higher level, okay? But a more like ethereal type of being, not someone who was of the earth. This could be an angel of some kind, possibly. It could be if you feel connected very much to angels. I do see the Two of Cups here, so this tells me that there's an emotional bond here. If this is a guide, they chose you. If this is a spirit, they choose to be around you because they feel connected to you. This is someone who has your best interests at heart, who cares for you, and is very emotionally attached. The Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. I do feel like the communication is very sneaky with the spirit. With the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords, they may not often, and with the Emperor too, it's a spirit that hangs back more than anything. It is more concerned with your well-being, I would say. There also could be a desire of this spirit for you to see something clearly. Again, like I said, with the chameleon, okay, first of all, owls and chameleons, what do they have in common? They're mostly out of sight. Again, we have the Seven of Swords here. And I would say that this spirit stays out of sight. Many of you probably haven't experienced it, or if you have, it's been in your... It's not something you've seen. Maybe you felt something, or some of you might even be scared at times. If you felt something, you feel something's around you, you might be afraid of it. But don't be afraid, because this is not bad. And actually very protective here with the Emperor. So I don't think that this spirit allows, anything to kind of mess with you. A very strong spirit, I would say. Let me just pull out the air dragon. I want to read. It says, oh my god, okay, Dragour. The keywords are inspiration, insight, and vitality. Coming into contact with the Dragour can be as a bolt of lightning to the psyche and intellect, and as such must be treated with care and considerable respect, sometimes manifesting as sudden flashes of illumination. The air dragon brings insight and clarity to your thought. Clarity that you can see clearly now. Wow. And imagination. As conveyor of numinous power, the air dragon can be seen as a symbol of visitation, for he is a messenger of the sky god. Wow. So for some of you, again, wow, I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. What the? Oh, jumpy. For some of you, this actually could be... Well, this is definitely a spiritual being for some of you. A messenger from, like, higher realms. Okay, this is somebody who works between. Wow, I love this. When you're feeling stuck, This is the spirit that wants to come in and get you unstuck. Wow. You know, this could be like an ascended master for some of you. Huh. Because I'm not getting that I mean, for some of you, maybe this person, if you have really lost a father figure in particular, or a grandfather, it could be the message for you that that's the spirit around you. For others of you, though, I'm not getting a physical being, you know, somebody who lived in a physical life for the majority of you. Or if they did, it was a very long time ago, like they're ascended already, like beyond. It's somebody who chose not to reincarnate, if anything, and chose to be in the spirit world rather than reincarnate. Their intentions are to take care of you. With the Nine of Pentacles, it could be that they are trying to give you signs in order for you to take care of your life, to bring comfort to you, perhaps to find your career path, or a path in which you feel safe and comfortable. They might have even at times watched out for you in terms of making sure that you were safe. I would say also that this spirit probably checks in on you from time to time. I wouldn't say that they're always there, but that you can call on them. I am feeling, though, that for most of you, very sneaky. Like you don't see them. You've never interacted with them. For the majority of you, maybe you felt something like on the back of your neck, or you felt something strange, but like, no, I don't think that you've seen them in a physical sense. Even, I don't want to say even in dreams. Maybe some of you have dreamt of this, but I don't even sense that. Interesting. We have Call of the Muse. So that's a message for some of you. This spirit is trying to bring you into a place of finding your muse, finding what lights you up, what sparks you, what will lead you towards the most financial, but not only financial stability, but also comfort. Living your best life, basically, you know, the Nine of Pentacles. Shining through. Okay, I'm going to read the message on this one. I just got this deck. This is a new Colleen Barrett. Colleen. I said Colleen, and my friend was making fun of me. Snow City Tarot was making fun of me. She was like all naming every name that's... I was like, I practically was right. Colleen, it's Colette Baron Reed. Oh my gosh, that was pretty funny. Sorry. So we have self-expression without filters or masks, authentic communication, being proud of who you are, shining in the world, refusing to make yourself small just to belong. You are being called to step into your true power and essence. This is one of those times when you're required to bring everything you are, all that you've learned, experienced, and integrated, and offer it up in service to the world. When you take center stage, you will be noticed. Yes, as you shine brightly, you will naturally stand apart from others. This idea may bring up excitement and genuine pride or discomfort. But this is not the time to make yourself small to avoid the glare of the spotlight and potential punishment by others. It takes courage, but know that this is the right thing for you today. You have come so far. You have been in the proverbial back of the room in learning and gathering mode for so long, and this important time has now served its purpose. You must now step into a new consciousness, seizing a new opportunity to share your wisdom. You will be like a lighthouse shining through the dark, illuminating the way for others. Be careful of the voices in your head that say you can't, or you don't know enough, or who are you to shine? The better question is, who are you not to shine? All you are and all you have become is by the grace of the divine. Now is your duty to share your gifts. Celebrate this. Wow. So I definitely see that this, and look at that. I have shuffled the heck out of this deck. We have 31 and 30. Wow. Okay, so that's definitely saying something. Some of you might be holding yourself back in some way, and the spirit guide is wanting you to kind of to come forward. With the air dragon, I can't help but think of like in the previous pile number 1 with the Ace of Swords. This guide sends you, I think, numbers and perhaps like number signs or It's more like maybe ideas. They might put something in front of you that sparks an idea, or makes you have a conversation with somebody that sparks an idea about your future, about where you're meant to be. With the owl, like I said, with the chameleon spirit, this is not a guide that speaks outright to you. This is not a spirit that has outright communication. It's more like, you know, like kind of, you know, around the corner, you know, sneaky. But with the owl spirit, definitely communication and that air dragon. So again, you might come across certain things on television, you might come across certain songs, it might be numbers that you're seeing, it might be a conversation that you're placed with somebody to have, or certain topics pop up for you, things to get you to read, you know, like like a headline that pulls you in, or that type of stuff is what I'm getting. That's the way in which this particular spirit communicates with you. And I do feel like it's for a higher purpose. It's for you to become, first of all, a boss of your own life, a leader of your own life, to get out of fear mindsets, perhaps, avoiding, perhaps, from fear, your actual success and the destiny that's promised to you to be successful. So, very good spirit around you, to be honest. I really like this energy. And let me know in the comments below how you felt about this reading. Did you like it? Would you like to see more of this type of stuff? I really loved it. I loved the energy that came out in this pile. So, curious to know if it resonated with you. If you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you subscribed and you liked. For those of you that have been around, thank you so much for your support. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. But yeah, if you want to have a personal reading with me, all that information is down below in the description box. I have a link to my Etsy store where you can purchase a reading, your own private video reading, and then as well there's my Amazon wish list, so you can always you know, purchase something off of there. I always do a thank you reading, so either way, however you like it. But I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves and lots of love. Okay, see you next time. Hello, for those of you that picked pile number 3 with the Rainbow Moonstone, this is your reading. So let's find out what kind of spirit is around you currently and what's the deal. So first of all, we have the dog. Now I am going to look further at the guidebook to kind of get a better guess of what this might mean, but to me the dogs speak of loyalty, of companionship. It also speaks to me of innocence. Dogs are very innocent spirits, very joyful, wanting to please, wanting to make you happy. And I do feel like for many of you, and I'm going to say this, I do feel like many of you have joy guides around you, especially if you're going through a hard time. I don't know if you're aware of what joy guides are, but they're childlike spirits that make you smile when things are sad. Okay, so we have Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. I get a quick energy, to be honest, an excitable energy, and that's really, we also have Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. I do get, yeah, a very quick spirit for some of you. Let me see here. Now, this is where I took a clarifier. With the 7 of Cups, I do feel as if there are more than one spirit. You might actually attract quite a few, I'll be honest. Okay? We have the Ace of Cups, as well as the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Swords, the Devil, the 5 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. This is, okay, this is representing, you know, what, right, or who, and this is more representing why. I can definitely see, and it's interesting because when I saw these cards, of course, I did take a clarifier. I was like, wow, that's a lot of bad cards. Are the intentions good here? What are the intentions? And guess what we got? We have the 10 of Cups. So this is a well-intentioned spirit, okay? Now, as I mentioned, with the 10 of, well, we have like a lot of the, honestly, this whole thing is negative. So many of you might be going through a rough patch in your life, or you have recently, perhaps. I would say that I really do feel like for many of you, these are joy guides, okay? So if you find yourself wanting to laugh, or you find yourself feeling happy out of nowhere, some of you may even feel this. Actually have a friend, I don't know if she's watching this, but she's also a reader. She has joy guides that visit her, and when she's feeling down, she can even feel them touch her and stuff and laugh and giggle. Maybe you can hear giggling. Joy guides can giggle. They're like childlike spirits, and they're meant to cheer up. Okay, so they usually do hang around in sad places to bring joy to situations. So like funerals, for instance, you might find people starting to, like, find joy, moments of joy, and they say that's when joy guides are there, trying to bring joy to difficult situations. But I do feel like many of you have quite a few spirits around you with the Seven of Cups. I want to go ahead and look at the dog card and just see what pops out. Oh wow, it went straight to that page. So the Coup, dog. Guidance, protection, and loyalty. Coup brings guidance and protection, acting as a loyal companion and friend on your journey in both this life and the next. In the Druid tradition, the dog is seen as the guardian of the mysteries. As such, he can be fierce, but if our intentions are good, Coup will lead us over the threshold, through the darkness and the waters of the unconscious, toward the shimmering realm of the goddess. The time may come when you need to act with the spirit of Coup to defend your values or protect that which you hold sacred. Faithfulness, trust, and loyalty are vital in close relationships, and the time may have come for you to focus on these qualities, to develop them gradually in yourself and to appreciate them in others. Well, I mean, it is saying that you have protective energies around you, okay? That have your best interest at heart. There's a lot of loyalty here. There's guidance as well. So, like I said, numerous spirits around you. You could have teachers, helpers, runners, probably a little bit of each. That kind of, maybe in some way you even, I do see you guys are going through a lot. Maybe some of you are going through a dark night of the soul, or you have been, and these guides are really flocking to you because they know that you need them at this time. Like helpers, for instance, helper guides, they are there to, help. Help. They're there to help. Sorry, my voice. They're, there to help you understand what you need. And then runners, for instance, try to help you get the information for you that you need. So helpers and runners, well, in particular, I guess runners, well, helpers as well can be like the type to show you signs, to try to put you in the path that you're meant to be. I do see reclaim your power, so your guides are very interested in, and the spirits around you are very interested in you becoming more powerful and definitely becoming more happier. There might have been a lot of conflict here, arguments, or difficulties that have led to a broken heart or feeling defeated. Some of you might be dealing with self-defeatist attitudes and fears that hold you back. The devil can represent fears as well that kind of hurt yourself, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and pull a message for you guys. This is my new Oracle of the Seven Energies, by the way. Colette Baron Reed has a new deck out. I'm excited. What message do you have for those that chose pile number 3? I'm going to get 2. I feel 2. Message 2. The Rose's Kiss. Oh, I can't help but think of the Seal song. Oh, wow. No way. We have 8 and 9. That's weird. Okay. That's shuffled pretty well. Okay. So, into me I see intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection, the willingness to be vulnerable. At certain precious moments, you're called into a deep and meaningful connection with the world or another person. A magical affinity rises, with the kind of intimacy that in turn encourages a greater understanding of yourself. The relationship acts as a mirror, helping you see your own patterns. What it reflects about you can further your own personal evolution. Now is the time to take a risk by connecting with another. Can you see how far you've come? Can you see what is still active within you that needs to change or heal? You will discover more about who you are as you discover more about another. Even if you cannot possibly know what it's truly like to be in someone else's shoes, you can listen and learn. This is a magical gift being offered to you now. This concept applies beyond romantic connection. What do the dynamics in your closest friendships, work relationships, and family say about you? Relationships are extraordinary opportunities for healing. When predicated on honesty and caring, they have a great impact on how you contribute to the world. Intimate relationships hold up a mirror of truth and reveal more treasures than you might ever expect. If you look into it, take a risk, and see everything as beautiful, even in its imperfections, imagine how deep you could go. Wow. So there's definitely a call to intimacy here. I can't help but notice too, like the imagery here on this card, very spiritual. And look at her heart chakra. I do feel as well, you guys are very connected to the spirit realm, and that, you know, that's why there's such an eagerness to come towards you, like to try to interact with you. Some of you might have boundaries up, okay? In relationships, maybe you've been hurt pretty badly, and these guys are trying to pull you out of that to help you become, you know, find the perfect person for you, are the perfect people for you, regardless of whether, you know, it's romantic or not. Like, as the card said, as the guidebook says, it doesn't have to only be romantic. So for some of you, it might be that you're married happily, and this is more about maybe finding a soul family, you know what I mean, or friends. The rose's kiss: joy, experiencing pleasure, deep satisfaction and enjoyment, desires acknowledged, 5 sensory reality. Take a deep breath and center on the feeling of joy. Can you allow your senses to awaken and connect with your innate desire to experience all life has to offer? Pleasure is part of life. Let yourself surrender to it today. Our modern times often present a false ideal of how we're meant to experience the world. Connections are lost and distorted by our over-reliance on technology. Just look around and see how few people actually maintain eye contact or engage in conversation. Instead of tapping away at a screen, pause and consider how much you can make more intimate contact. Connecting with nature, enjoying the sensual pleasures of sex, and or being aware of the sensations of taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound may be important now. How do your sheets feel? Can you reach out and feel the heat and softness of your companion animal nestled beside you? Be present to another person, see them, and let yourself be seen. Your 5 senses are aching to be engaged right now. This is an invitation to get out of your head and into your body. You may be a spiritual and intellectual being, but right now the emphasis should be on having a sensory experience. This is a sacred part of this gift of life. By being present to the sensual world, you invite an even deeper spiritual experience. Amazing, isn't it? Perhaps it really is time to stop and kiss the roses. Wow, okay. So definitely, I do find this interesting. Some of your guides really want you to experience love. To pull out, if you guys, and of course this may be a very specific message. I've been having a hard time breathing. I don't know why. It's really weird for the past, like, since yesterday. So if I sound weird, it's just because I'm like trying to get a breath. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if something's triggering me around here, like allergy wise. Or what, but I keep running out of breath. But I feel fine, like I'm not sick. But I wanted to say here is that I do see 2 correlating messages here. Opening up to what's around you. Some of you might be blocking off. If you've been hurt in love, or you've been scared to open up because of past conflicts or pain, maybe you've grown some fears. Your guides really are eager for you to open up. For some of you, this is opening up to them spiritually. Some of you may be shutting them out, shutting out your guides and their interactions. And that, you know, sometimes that comes from a place of not feeling safe. You're scared. What can it invite in, or what could happen, you know? But I do feel like there is a message there for some of you that are struggling. But I also see boundaries, being intimate with the world around you. Some of you might be kind of home buddies. Maybe you're not getting out there very much, and you want love, you want experiences, but you're not putting forth the effort. You're not stepping the foot out the door. You're not engaging in a physical sense too. You know, with the rose's kiss, it's talking about physical pleasures. So again, getting out and enjoying that nature, enjoying the company of other people right in front of your face. You know, I do feel like it's true. Many of us have, and I love technology. I met my husband through technology back in 2003. You know, but sometimes technology does keep us back from reality. You know what I mean? And what's going on around us. Even I'll admit myself, I do that. So I mean, I think each of us can be a little bit guilty of it at times, especially when we want to shut the world out, right? And we might be feeling down. But for those of you that need that message, there it is. You know, interact. Start making those efforts. And that's where I really feel like you're being led towards a happier place, nevertheless, whether it's, you know, in a physical sense or not. But that's what I'm feeling for you guys. I really do hope that this reading offered you some guidance. If you felt these spirits, or you have anything to say, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. I would really love it. If you like the topic, let me know. And yeah, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm wishing you all lots of blessings. If you're new, you could subscribe if you wanted. For those of you returning, you guys are the best. Thank you for being here again. And if you want a personal reading, all that information is down below in the description box. There's a link to my Etsy store, and there's a link to my Amazon wish list. So either way, yep, you can get a reading with me. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go now. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Hello, so if you chose on pile number 4 with the Lepidolite, this is your reading. So we're going to be looking at what spirit is around you. So let's see. First of all, ooh, the raven. We have the raven. I love this. Oh, isn't it pretty? Some of you might actually see a lot of ravens around you as signs, or like, you know, crows and such. We have a dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. And canary spirit. Sing your own song. Very beautiful. A very unique spirit around you. Very loyal. We have the star, the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Sun, like that with the canary, very yellow energy, bright energy, the Moon, and the Page of Pentacles. I do have to say that for some of you, this may be a mother figure, or a grandmother figure who has passed, because we do have the top cards are representing who, right? And the bottom cards are representing why. Well, first of all, we have the Sun and the Moon, right? The Sun is all about care, and I do think of the Sun as being a very joyful card. Happy memories, you know, happy times, you know, and interest. I do get the sense that this, you may have dreams about this spirit, okay? If you have dreams about past loved ones, or visitations when you meditate as well, meditation and dreaming, this is definitely this guide coming through. Very loyal, very, very loyal. The Queen of Pentacles is very loyal in general. So even if it isn't a past, like a female relative or feminine type of relative, it's somebody who's very loyal. It could be a family member, an ancestor, or just a very loyal type of personality, one that cares a lot about the physical well-being. This is also an energy of a spirit that looks to you like a child. Okay, so this is a very motherly instinct, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles. For sure, for sure. This is definitely a spirit that is very invested in your well-being and in your ability to shine, right? To be independent, to sing your own song. Wow. Okay, let's see. I want to look at the guidebook here and see what Raven says. I'm kind of curious just what pops. Oh my God, I keep opening right to the main page. I love it. Because these are not alphabetical order at all. So we have Bran, Raven, healing into initiation and protection. Oh wow, that's like reminds me of my other deck. It also says initiation, and at my Witch's Oracle. I love that deck. Okay, this is a new deck. Thank you, Ailís. Okay, Bran offers initiation, protection, and the gift of prophecy. The initiation in practice may be as formal as undergoing the initiation ceremony, or as informal as being initiated into a new profession. It marks the death of one thing and the birth of another. Wow. For some of you, this is a past loved one that's passed on abilities to you. The power of the raven can also bring you the very deepest form of healing, which is achieved through a process known as the resolution of the opposites, making it possible for you to resolve conflicts that have long lain buried in your unconscious or in your past. Wow, that's very interesting because we have the sun and the moon, bringing the unconscious to light. Wow. Yeah, into your awareness. Even if you think about it in astrological terms, the moon represents, first of all, the fourth house, the roots, the IC. The IC is like the angle of the fourth house. It's very associated with the moon, mother, childhood, roots, ancestors. Yeah, and what is the sun? The sun is, associated well with Leo, shining. It's the next house, right? It's a progression. Shining, bright, getting out there, enjoying yourself, being authentic. Leos tend to be like, it's a performance type of house where you perform for other people and you kind of put yourself out there as authentic and out there. Very regal, right? With the canary. We have almost all the elements except for fire. I usually don't pay attention to that, but I just was thinking about it, the sun, Leo, the moon, Cancer. I don't know what the moon is supposed to be connected to in the tarot. I think it's, I do want to say it's Pisces, which is the house of dreams, by the way, which would make sense as well. The house of sleep, so maybe some of you do have those, dreams. Or meditation. Some of you maybe have even looked out to the stars. You maybe feel very connected to the stars. Some of you might even have a story. You know how in Lion King they say that the loved ones are a star. Maybe some of you have that family story. I tell my son that. My son, he always looks for his hamsters, and he says, "There's Max, there's Alfred," when a star comes out, because those are his hamsters that passed away. Maybe some of you have that type of belief or something, or you look out to the stars and you receive some kind of guidance, or you believe there's something out there for you. I definitely see a caring energy here. A guide that's very, or a spirit that's very invested in your well-being. Again, very motherly energy here. One to take care. We have the moon, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Possibly even a father as well. By the way, with the sun, possibly. Maybe both, or the roles were reversed. Let me just see what it needs to be said here. The royal you. I like that. With Leo talk. Now, you don't have to be Leos, by the way, for this. It's just about living in that energy. Confidence. Opening to discovery. So I'm going to go ahead and read the guidebook a little bit on this one, because this is a new deck. This is a new Colleen Barrett. Oh my god, I keep saying Colleen. Colette Baron Reed. Oh my god, I hope Snow City Tarot's not watching. She's gonna make fun of me, because she was making fun of me earlier. I said the same thing. Oh jeez, I keep saying Colleen, and I was like, well, that's practically the same name as Colette, and then she started making up random names. It was really funny. She's like, oh yeah, it is. Connie, blah blah blah. Okay, the royal you. Sovereignty, responsibility, self-confidence, self-rule, ownership of your feelings and actions, a quiet sense of empowerment, being self-aware, not allowing outside influences out of alignment with your truth. Do you know what it means to express personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how you hold on to your inner sense of worth and integrity, secure in your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are and that nothing outside of you can challenge your authentic self, the hard-won seat of awareness that you have earned. You are the ruler of your mind, and you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are they consistent with the values and beauty you intend for life? It's important now to keep focus on what is right and good for you as well as other people. Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or small, must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, can you speak up and set your boundaries with grace and surety? Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when to plan their battles, so stay out of unnecessary skirmishes and strategically wield your personal power. Now is the time to lead from the heart, from your authenticity and integrity. Hold your head high and know your worth. That is a true mark. That's the mark of a true sovereign. So some of you are really needing to take, maybe there's certain responsibilities that you need to take in life. Having the self-confidence as well as perhaps knowing when to battle, like it says with certain things. For some of you, this might be a little bit of a preaching message. Like a little one. Not letting outside influences, affect you. Like, who cares what they say if you know that you're right? Doing what feels right to you too, and not doing what other people tell you to do. And then we have opening to discovery. Key concepts. The small bits of data you collect from the world to form ideas. The transfer of vital information via the universe, always speaking to you. The need to integrate information and be discerning about what you expose yourself to. We tune into information from our outer environment, then assign meaning to it within our psyches. Every day, however, the amount of data that we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing. Especially since the advent of the internet, we've been bombarded with more than we could ever hope to absorb. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. Consistent exposure to unhealthy messages invites us into a cynical, fear-based worldview. On the other hand, conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us towards growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. The universe is always engaging us. We are part of it, after all, through synchronicity, omens, and other signs that point us towards our best path. Our intuition helps us tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non-resistance is the key to learning. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out. Oh, I'm having this hard time breathing again. I keep having a hard time breathing. I don't know why. I think I'm not taking I don't know if it's not taking proper breaths when I'm reading. I get it more. I got it in one pile other than this one. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I just keep going, oh, I can't breathe. I'm fine, by the way. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, gossip, or the news. Don't let yourself get distracted. Listen without attachment and see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe and you shall have it. So there are messages. I do think I see ravens as messengers. So I would say that you're getting messages from these spirits. This could be in the form of signs, again. But this is very interesting. This is about, there's something about who you're exposing yourself to or what you're exposing yourself to. There's a concern here on this spirit's part. What are you watching? What are you engaging in? What are you letting yourself believe about yourself? What are you letting others tell you about yourself? And sometimes even that's through exposure, as it mentions. We got to be careful what you're letting into your life, into your brain, into your energy. And it says today be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. By the way, this spirit, sorry, I keep saying guide. I mean, they could very well be a guide for you. This spirit in particular does, they may not communicate with you in ways that you recognize right away. Interesting, there are a lot of stars here. Look for shooting stars, I want to say. Or lots of star imagery. Look at this. Stars, stars, stars. Very prevalent in this reading. The weather, the moon, the sun, the elements are very prevalent in this reading. The stars. You may receive, maybe a breeze picks up. or you light a candle and it moves certain ways. Look at this one's very active, but that one over there, you can't see it, but I have one over there, very not active. But that's a get rid of bad spirit candle. Bad spirits and like bad juju. But look at these candles going nuts. So again, look for those type of subtle, unexpected signs around you. Okay. That's all I have to say. That's the spirit around you. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm glad I can breathe again. That was weird. I don't know if somebody had a problem with breathing or anything like that, or if some of you might have a cold. I don't know what's going on. But I've had it yesterday as well in certain readings. I don't know what it's trying to tell me exactly. But, or what my body is trying to tell me, because I feel fine. And I don't feel it unless I speak. And it's only when I'm reading. I don't have it when I talk to somebody. And it's not in every reading too, by the way. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this message, or that it gave you some kind of insight. If it offered you guidance, let me know in the comments below. And, you know, if you know, I'd love to hear any of your experiences with spirits. I find it a very interesting topic. And so I just encourage you to comment below and let me connect with you about your experiences. But I do wish you all the very, very best. Lots of love. Yes. And I do want to say, if you want to have a personal reading with me, you can do that by going down in the description box below. There's a link to my Etsy store, where you can purchase your own private personal video reading. There's also a link to my Amazon wishlist, so that's always an option too, for those, you know, because I always do a reading for those that get something off my wish list. And yeah, but that's, you know, options if you want to. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. I will see you all in the next reading. Take care. Bye bye.